What's up, guys? So yeah, it's Urban here, and this is a part two, a continuation kind of the 6 month review video that I made. So one of my Minox bros, one of my subs and followers, Theo Jones, he actually suggested that I do this, and I was gonna do it at first, but I kind of got lazy, I guess. Um, but I'm gonna go through each of the stills in that like little time lapse video that I made, and kind of just give a little commentary on each slide. So I just want to say that when I started this whole Monox journey, first of all, I was kind of skeptical about it to even begin. I didn't know about like the Monox Beard spot on Facebook or any of those communities. I just kind of heard of it. Then my friend, he's a medical student already, my roommate in the summer. He was kind of telling me about it, and I decided to give it a try, even though I was a little skeptical at first. So that was back in July when I started, and I wasn't documenting the progress as I should have, I guess. I mean, even the first day I didn't take pictures. I didn't take like any pictures, so to speak, until the first week in. So I didn't take any pictures on day one or anything like that. And then I didn't have any like method or anything like for taking the progress. I just kind of took them as I saw fit, however I felt. It was only until I decided to even make a channel to like document my progress that I kind of started having a little bit more structure to how I documented my progress. So yeah, I'll just jump right into the review, the discussion real quick. So yeah, this photo is from July 18th, and I actually didn't um this one here that shows like the frontal view is actually from the week after, because just in the beginning I didn't have one of these pictures to begin with. So but yeah, so I took the sides and under. So before I started minoxidil, I could grow this goatee and a few strands under here, a very faint mustache. It kind of got cut off there, but yeah, like nothing on the sides really, like just regular baby sideburns, I guess. But yeah, so this was how I started. This was 1 week into minoxidil. I started minoxidil on July 9th. These photos, except this one, was taken on July 16th. So yeah, this was when I was in California. I was in the summer. I was in California for summer, and yeah, I took these photos. So this was 1 week into Minox. I think I had just applied it or an hour after, because you can see some dryness and flaking right there. All right. So moving to July 24th. Oh crap. Well, yeah, this is the same photo, but I decided to cut my goatee off. As you can see, I had cut it off the week after. And yeah, this is just, there's no major change. This is just 2 weeks into using minoxidil. So you can see my mustache, how it was there. Cut my goatee. This is what I had at the sides. Like that's all I could really grow. Like that's all I had under here. That's all it was. So you can see this is 2 weeks into Minox. Yeah, I was wearing the same shirt. This is one of my favorite gym shirts. So yeah. Moving on, July 31st. So this is now 3 weeks into minoxidil. Still no major changes. Honestly, I don't know if it was just in my head, but I thought I was seeing some, like, my hairs, like the existing hairs, especially on my sideburns. I thought they were getting longer. My roommate, he kind of started minoxidil too, and he was kind of skeptical. He was like saying that it's all in my head, that I can't see anything yet, but I know my face, and I was looking at the hairs very closely in the mirror. The camera wouldn't pick them up really, but here, I guess, like, I thought that they were getting longer. I really did. I really thought they were getting longer. And yeah, so but there was nothing major visibly that I could see. I was still in California here, so yeah. Um yeah, so this is the 3rd week into minoxidil. Moving on to August 9th, I had just got back to Huntsville. That was where I go to school. Left California, went to Huntsville, and I told my best friend Alex I was like doing this thing, and he said maybe you should start a channel, a YouTube channel, because we always talked about starting a YouTube channel, but never knew what to do on it. And he said, yeah, this would be a good thing to put on your channel. So he encouraged me to do it, and this was the day I did my first video that I uploaded to YouTube, I think. But yeah, this was August 9th, I guess. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, I guess 4 weeks. Yeah, a month into Minoxidil. So yeah, like by now I knew something was happening, because I don't know if you guys can tell, but these like little lines, I had just put on Minoxidil. In a lot of these photos in the beginning, I took them when I had just applied the Minox. So here the vellus that were growing, they were kind of they were slick, like stuck down to my face, so you could kind of see that. Um, a few you could I knew there were some vellus. I saw some vellus like growing here and stuff. Yeah, here not so much. You couldn't really see it. At this point, I was still using my front-facing camera. It's still very amateurish. I didn't I didn't know like all the little tricks and stuff that I know now to get like good captures and whatnot. But yeah, this is August 9th. Um, Here from this point, you'll start to see a little bit more structure, I guess, to my how I took the stuff. But anyways, moving on. August 11th. I was just excited that I was like seeing new hairs growing, and I was taking pictures like every day, every 2 days or something like that. But yeah, this is August 11th. I think I had been to the barber, and he kind of like gave me a chin strap, or I was preparing to go to the barber around this time. But yeah, the vellus, they were growing slowly, but they were coming in, and I was just excited. My goatee was starting to grow back since I had cut it. Moving on, so that was August 11th. Yeah, so this picture, my face looks very wet because I had literally just put Minoxidil on, I think. And the barber, yeah, I think this was when he gave me, I went to the barber for a haircut, and you can't really see it much, but he kind of cut it in like a chin strap, kind of shadow chin strap looking kind of thing. But I remember this, I was like kind of upset because he cut all the vellus off of like here and here. Like he cut all that away, and obviously all the hairs that were here, he cut that and just kind of gave me that chin strap looking thing. So that was August 15th. School was just about to start. Here, August 19th, a couple days later, you could already see my hairs growing back a little bit here. Here, if you look closely, I don't know if it'll be visible, but these vellus, there were some here growing, but you can visibly see the chin strap now. You see it there, and that was not there before. Obviously, like you saw how it was in the beginning. I didn't really have that chin strap, but yeah, here on August 19th now, this is pretty much like a month and a week, 5 weeks, yeah, 5-6 weeks into Minoxidil, that my sideburns were getting thicker, and along my jaw it was getting thicker. This is August 22nd, a couple days later. As I said, I was kind of like excited in the beginning that my hairs were like growing. I took pictures every couple days, but yeah, not much change. Just more hairs growing, more vellus coming. My mustache was getting thicker. I was happy for that. People were noticing the chin strap, like, wow, your beard is starting to like connect and stuff. And I was like, yeah, thank you. You know. August 26th. Here, yeah, I like this view because you clearly see the outline of the chin strap. And this is my left side. My left side is weaker. I mean, the stronger side. The right side, it wasn't as pronounced, and it's always like a little lagging, even up till now. So yeah, mustache getting thicker, as you can see. Goatee is starting to grow back. What I would do along the journey is that because my goatee already grew so fast and the hairs there were already terminal, I kind of trimmed it to keep it level with everything else. So I would trim it ever so often. So you'll notice the times it was trimmed. I haven't trimmed it since No Shave November, but yeah, we'll get there and see. But yeah, August 26th, more than, I don't know the exact weeks, but yeah, I started July 9th, so more than a month, and probably pretty much like a month and a half into minoxidil, I had these visible changes. I think that if the barber didn't cut my vellus off that time, that hair would have been grown in, and like it would have grown in some more. But since he cut them off, they kind of my cheeks were lagging behind the rest of my beard, but that's okay. September 3rd. So here you can see the vellus really coming in, like, so this was August 26th. September 3rd, the vellus were really like kicking in. Like you could really see them. Like my neck was getting so hairy, and the hair is getting hairy. And one thing with my goatee, let's see if you could notice it. Yeah, my goatee, yeah, right here. You can tell how it grew like on the edges, but not in the middle. It was so frustrating. Like this side was thick, that side wasn't as thick, and then there was this big old space in the middle. But here you can see that a minoxidil is actually causing the hair in the middle to grow. So I was very happy for that. I didn't look like I don't know, like my goatee wasn't just like 2 points on the corners of my chin anymore. So it was looking really nice, and I like that. So this is September 3rd. September 8th, more vellus filling in. You see my goatee is also filling in, thickening, getting a lot of hair under the neck, a lot of vellus. You see them, like I tried to like slick them down a little bit with my finger for the picture so you could see them. But yeah, September 8th. This was before, this is in the morning before I went to the barber, and this picture was taken after I went to the barber. So you can kind of see how he lined the beard for the first time, and then that was just like, wow, like that was the, like when I showed my friends, like one of my friends saw me after that, it was like, wow, like where did that come from? Like your beard is growing. I was like, yeah man, it's growing. And so you can, it really made the beard like pronounced, so it really stood out. And he lined my down here, you could see that. My mustache, he always still gives me a pencil mustache. But yeah, so September 8th, this is the morning after I got the haircut. I mean later that day when I got the haircut. September 14th, I had just applied minoxidil again, and you can see my hair is like, the line is starting to disappear. Well, not really, but yeah. A couple days later, a week later, I guess, and just the growth just kept coming. Like the hairs are starting to get a little longer, darker. Yeah. September 21st. So this was like 2 weeks after that haircut. And my hairs are really starting to get some length, especially on the cheeks and under here. Really starting to get some length. You're starting to see I have like the texture of my hair. Obviously I have like curly hair, curly texture. I don't know what that would be, like a 4, I don't know, 4C, I don't know. But yeah, so you can see left side, right side, under. Yeah, 2 weeks after that haircut. September 28th, this is a week later. I think my pattern of taking pictures have kind of like normalized a little bit. But yeah, you really see the vellus filling in. This was the end of September. This was my favorite part of having a beard. Like, I talked about it in the first video, the first review video. This was the time that I enjoyed like my beard the most, because the density and coverage, it was like very apparent. The hairs like grew generally even and whatnot, from the parts that you could see at least. And like I really just enjoyed it. Like people really noticed it around this time as well, and I was just excited. Had like Minox fever or whatever. September 30th, I went to the barber that day. He lined it up again, and you see how high my cheek line was looking. I was like, wow, I'm gonna have a great beard. It's looking really high. Right here, he lined there. This spot always like lagged. I don't know why, but the front of my goatee was like fully filled in now. It's not no longer just points on the ends, so the middle is filled in as well. And yeah, going on up. October 15th. So this was taken 2 weeks after this photo, September 30th. versus October 15th, you see the clear difference between the two. Here, look at my cheeks here and here, then look at them here. Like my hair is really getting some length here, and it's the curls are it's curling up. Um, Here you see my spot kind of filled in some. Look at this compared to this. That's amazing. This compared to that. So a difference of 2 weeks. This was in the beginning when my hair was like booming. The growth was like popping. And I was just getting like a lot of growth at one time. October, yeah, so we did this October 15th. So this was a few days before my my first medical school interview, and I got my hair cut on the day October 17th. So then I took this a few days after that, October 24th. So you see it doesn't look much of a difference. Yeah, you can see some length. Yeah, I got some length. I gained some length here. My hairs are really curling up. You can see the curls there. You see, obviously, I went to the barber. This is lined. October, November 2nd. So I was gonna do the whole no shave November thing. I didn't cut my hair since this haircut, just this one, October 17th. So I was doing the whole no shave November. This doesn't look much different from the October 24th one. Maybe just a little bit. You can notice some density improvement. Hair is starting to grow back. You can see that. November 4th. Yeah, November 2nd, November 4th. Here, this is the first time I actually combed my beard in the opposite direction, so my goatee looks funny, like it curled up a little bit. But yeah, not much difference in my opinion. It's just very combed out and combed in the opposite direction. Here I didn't have shedding. Well, it was funny. Like this is when I first started noticing the shedding around the beginning of November. I first started noticing shedding. So I don't know if that's like apparent. It's not gonna be. It wasn't apparent then. I still had pretty high cheek lines and whatnot. But yeah, I started shedding November 7th because I was taking pictures like every couple days for No Shave November. Still shedding. I was shedding. I kind of had like a cut here from like a pimple that had popped, something like that. Whatever. But yeah, that's a little bit of blood. I didn't think there was much difference, but I was shedding and like I wanted to. Another reason I was taking so many pictures was just to kind of see if I could like notice the shedding, if it was like visible. But I don't think it was that visible yet. See my hair, like my neck beard was really growing in. Yeah, so coming on November 10th, I didn't notice much difference. I think actually, well, you see how like you can really see the difference between the density here and in my cheeks, and that made my cheek line start to appear lower. Well, here it was going back in, and I was glad for that because I want this to be able to connect. I want some better underlip coverage. But yeah, my cheeks, the upper cheeks were starting to look lighter compared to the lower parts, obviously. November 13th, a few days after, I didn't comb or brush my hair, so it's kind of curled up here, but not much difference. You see how my cheek isn't looking as, to me, it's not as like high and pronounced as it was maybe like here. Yeah, it's not as it was. So November 13th, that's where I was. Yeah, November 17th, has been a month since I got my hair cut and my beard lined. Yeah, the shedding is still continuing. The shedding started around week 17, so yeah, this is continuing. November 23rd, I was starting to look really rough. You can't really see my head, but my hairline, as you know, it grows like crazily. So you see the holes that I talk about now, they're starting to appear here, under here, starting to like look really patchy due to the shedding. I would like my shedding, a lot of it was like from this area right here, these spots. But yeah, so shedding is continuing. November 24th, 23rd, 24th, day after, not much difference there. November 27th, I couldn't, like, I looked too rough, so I had to go to the barber. I went to the barber, and he lined me up and stuff. I think I asked him not to line this part of my beard, or he I don't even remember what now, but I asked him not to line my mustache or anything like that. I think, yeah, this was when I told him to just kind of give me a faint line here, but don't cut away too much, and not to touch like around this area. I should have, the picture got cropped, but I told him not to line my mustache or anything, just to line here and these parts to make it look a little presentable. But I really wanted to let my cheeks grow, because as you can see, especially on the right, this is the left side, this is the right side, they were starting to, the upper cheeks were faint, and I think it's because they were shedding as well. And I wanted them to just, like, instead of him cutting it down, because what would have happened is that my hairline would have been lowered. I mean, my cheek line would have been lowered, and I didn't want that. December 3rd, this is a couple days before school is over. Same thing. I didn't get a haircut or anything. Sorry, my haircut was starting to grow back in. My cheeks, the holes are starting to open up some more. You can see them here. Hair is growing in, getting some underlip coverage, but that's because I told the barber not to line it. December 8th, this was the first, this was taken in New York, because I came to New York on December 7th. So yeah, not much difference, still shedding. I think you can start to see it here, starting to shed from there. You can see the holes, as I call them, opening up right there. This was taken December 16th, 3 days after my birthday, because I got my hair cut on my birthday. I also changed my haircut, so instead of just getting the fade right here, I just told him to fade the sides, bald fade the sides and the back. I like the look it gave, but I kind of like my hair, so I'm not going to do this again probably for a while. I'm just going to let it grow back and then go back to the old style I had. But yeah, so here, shedding is very apparent. This was December 20th, a couple days after that. See how fast my hair grows? It's just growing back already. My cheek lines, they're starting to recover just a little bit. You can't really notice it on the camera, but I notice it in the mirror. So the upper cheek lines are starting to fill in a little bit more, I guess. Here too. Under, you can really notice those gaps, those holes right here, and these areas will be equal to right here, as you can see. And obviously from right here in the middle, that's where I think I experienced the most shedding, from those parts. I haven't trimmed my goatee in a long time either. You can see the hairs are getting out of control, but yeah, I'm just letting everything wolf out at this point. I'm not shaving it for a long time. December 30th, I'm getting some length slowly still. This is the last slide in this little thing, but July 9th to December 30th, 6 months exactly. What I was talking about with my cheeks, you see the new vellus and stuff that's starting to grow, how they're getting longer. So hopefully I want that to continue and fill in. I want my beard to come down here and eventually connect here. I've been derma rolling the crap out of all this to help it to grow. I don't know. I don't remember the exact time I started derma rolling, but I think it may have been in sometime in October. I want to say it was like around like here. I have to fact check. I'll put it in the description. I'll fact check it and let you guys know for sure. But yeah, December 30th, a few days ago, this is what my beard looks like now. Here, those two holes that are on the sides make it look uneven. My goatee obviously grows fast compared to the rest of my beard. But yeah, my mustache is getting some thickness. My underlip is filling in a little bit more. And I'm just like happy altogether. I really wish the shedding here and here would like ease up. But, well, not ease up, because it has to happen for like your hair to grow like better. But, yeah. So I'll be continuing for another year at least. and I'll do another year review in the summer, and then I'll find like a culmination at the end. But yeah, it's just a supplementation again, as I said, of the first video. Shout out to Theo for motivating me to do it, so to speak. But yeah, thank you guys for your support. Continue to like and share and subscribe and comment. Any questions you guys have, just leave them in the comments for me. And yeah, until next time, thanks for watching. Peace out.